Hey guys, welcome to this channel. This series is all about Golang in detail. In this video, we are going to discuss arrays and slices in Golang. Let's create a new folder. I'll name it as Go Arrays Slices. Let's open this folder in VS Code. I will create a new source file and I'll name it as main.go. First and foremost, we have to declare the package name. So that is package main. Let's import fmt to print stuffs and define the main function func main. Here we are going to declare some arrays. Let's first declare one integer array. For inum array, I have named the array as inum array. Let's consider length of the array is 5. The type of array is int, and let's put two curly braces. In case you don't want to initialize the array, then you don't have to mention anything inside this curly braces. And here we have declared one integer array. We have named it as inum array, and the number of elements in the array is 5. Let's go ahead and print this and see the outcome. So we can write fmt.println, and here we can write the name of the array. Let's run this code in command prompt and see the result. So here you can see there are 5 zeros inside this array. So even though we have not initialized this array, Golang is auto initializing this array with some default values. Okay. In case you want to initialize the array with some custom value, then let's place some integers inside this array: 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Let's run the code again and see the output. Here you can see we have initialized the array with some integer values, and those integer values are coming here as an output. Okay. In case you are initializing the array with integer values, then there is an alternate option of not mentioning this 5 here. So you can put 3 dots. This is known as ellipsis in Golang. Let's run this code and see the result. It should be exactly same. Here you can see the result. It is exactly same. There is another way to declare array in a shorthand declaration format in Golang, so that we can do like this. Instead of this var, we can mention we can remove this var and we can mention colon equal to, and the rest of the things would remain same. So I'll copy and paste here. Print this and see the output. The output is exactly same. The next question comes how to access the elements of the array. So let's say, for example, here we are printing the complete array. So in case you want to print the third element of this array, so how to do that? So the indexing will start from 0. So 0, 1, 2. The third element is having index 2. So let's mention 2 here and print the third element. So here you can see the output is 30. So in case you want to change this third element or fourth element, you can follow similar syntaxing in most of the languages. That is, we mention the index number 2 and change this to, let's say, 500. And let's print the complete array again. So here you can see the third element has been changed to 500. Okay. So moving ahead, the next question comes how to define multidimensional array. Let's define another array, that is ifloat array. Let's use this shorthand declaration, and let's consider the size of array as 2 cross 2. Let's assign some elements to this array, some floating point numbers. We can mention like 1.2, 4.3 and 4.6, 9.2. So here we have defined one array with type float 64, and the size of the array is 2 cross 2. So here you can see we have mentioned 1.2, 4.3 as the first row and 4.6 and 9.2 as the second row. Let's go ahead and print this type float array. Let's run the code and see the output. So here you can see the output 1.2, 4.3, 4.6, 9.2. So this is how you can define multi-dimensional array. One thing we need to keep in mind that once we define an array in Golang, and the size cannot be changed in the latter part of the code. So for example, here we have defined this array with 5 integers. If you want to append another integer, this is not going to possible for array. So let's demonstrate that. So I want to change this array, inum array, and I want to append another value. So we have to use append function in Golang. So here we specify the array. This is inum array, and let's append a value. Let's say it is 100. Let's print this array and see what is the output. So here you can see one error. First argument to append must be slice have 5 integer. So it is telling that you have already declared this as an array with 5 elements and you are trying to append a new element. So that is not allowed in Golang. So in case you want to do that, you have to define slice. So let's go ahead and learn how to define slice. I will comment everything out. Let's define first an integer slice. So that we can do like this, where inum slice equal to int this. So we have declared one slice with elements of type int. The only difference while declaring array and slice is in array we have to mention the size here. In slice we don't have to mention anything. So in case you don't mention anything, this would be considered as slice in Golang. And let's go ahead and print this and see the output. So fmt.println, so inum slice. Let's clear the screen and run the code. So here you can see there is a blank slice and it doesn't have any value. So let's assign some values to this slice. Let's put 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and run the code again. So here you can see the output. In case we want to append a new element to this slice, so we have to use append function. So that we can do in this way, append, and I'll give the same name, inum slice. Let's add one more element, and the element is, let's say, 1000. Let's go ahead and run the code again and see whether it can be appended or not. Okay, I have misspelled this. So here you can see this 1000 is appended to the main inum slice. Okay. So in case you want to access few items from this slice, then you can do that similar to other programming language. In case we want to access the first 3 elements, we can just simply write this, and it will print 10, 20, 30. Okay. Here we could access first 3 elements of this slice. In case you want to access the last 3 elements of the slice, so then we can use this format. Length of enum slice minus 3. So here you can see we have accessed the last 3 elements, so 40, 50 and 1000. If you want to access any particular element inside the slice also, that you have to give the index number accordingly. For example, let's say we want to access the second and third element of the slice. So second element is having index number 1. Index number always starts with 0. So 0, 1. So second element is having index number 1. We want to access 20 and 30 from this, so that we can do in this way. Here we are giving 1 for 20. For 30 we have to give 3. So the index number plus 1 has to be given. Okay. So then run the code and see the output. Here you can see we could access 20 and 30. That's all in this video. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to this channel and don't forget to watch all other videos in this series.